bust this one up. As you you cannot live in this world the way society is and do any damn good, because you've been fed a line of shit and you're trying to operate within someone else's paradigm that's not natural. So what do? I heard a statistic the other day that they did a DNA analysis on the human race, and basically what they found was that the equivalent, the human race consists of 80% of the female population, and it consists of 17% of the male population. What that tells me is that you've got 17% of the men out there breeding 80% of the women. And the rest of the guys are just betas that never get to pass on their DNA. And you'll hear an awful lot of 20% of the male population are alphas and 80% are betas. I don't know how true that is, but those statistics kind of line up with the DNA findings, don't you think? So how do you change it? Men are fixers. Give us a problem, we try to fix it. Okay, here we go. Number one, you have to quit accepting her as the focus of your life. If it's not in the cards for you to procreate, it's not in the cards. That's the way it is. Whatever you do not get into a situation where you wind up raising somebody else's kids unless you really, really want to. Because that's pretty fucked up. And if she's been married before, she'll probably stick around long enough for that 7 to 10 years, and then boom, she's gone. Just long enough to take half of your shit. Because that's what she's in it for. She's in it for your shit. So, what you need to do, you can do the whole MGTOW thing, go your own way, be the best you, and just, forget about women. You can rent it, or you can, hook up with some sluts. That's fine. Have at it. Just don't get tangled up into it. I mean, look at the number of websites that are out there specifically for women that are married to cheat on their husbands. That's what it does. They're there to facilitate that. And all of these dating apps, you go down through those apps and you look at these women, and holy friggin' crap. I mean, these women are right down there in the whale shit. But they think that they're top shelf stuff. They're not. And these women have been raised by single mothers. So they're fucked up to begin with. They've never had a strong male role model in their life. And they have the same attitude of their mother, that men are just utilities to be used and abused. So, men, you need to find out what your passion in life is. And then be the best you. Okay, the best you. What is the best you? Don't go about anything half-assed. Seek your own contentment. Seek your passions. Seek whatever the hell it is that brings you joy, and then work very hard at it. Many times it's not your job. Your job is just a way to make money so that you can live. But we've been conditioned to believe that you should get fulfillment from your job. Yes, some of us do. Some of us don't. Your real fulfillment comes in what you do away from your job. You know, the whole factory school thing is what has got you to believe that you should work for someone else and make them money and have this big machine that is lubricated through your blood, sweat, and tears. That's not necessarily good for you. You know, the best thing for you is to find out what it is that gives you happiness, and then pursue it. Pursue it with every fiber of your being. Yes, you need some downtime. But what we've got now is we've got a lot of men that are glued to this stupid thing, that are glued to gaming, that sort of stuff. And I think that an awful lot of that is the sedentary lifestyle, that sort of shit, is societally generated, and it's also chemically induced through the plastics and soy and other shit that we ingest that's turning us into women. You know, and an awful lot, you look at the obesity thing today, you know, and if you're wanting to fatten cattle up, you give them estrogen. Now we've got all this damn estrogen that we're pumping into our bodies, and it's everywhere in our environment. We've got so damn much of it. It's damn near impossible to escape. So do your research and figure out what it is that you can do to boost your testosterone levels. You know, have yourself tested. See where your testosterone levels are. And then do something to correct it. Now, when one of the things that's most attractive to women are the alphas. And what is it that indicates that you're an alpha? It's your intensity. It's your drive. It is this sense of purpose that you have. You have a goal. You're working toward a goal, and you are making progress. And you're tenacious as a son of a bitch about it. That right there is appealing to women. Now the thing is, do not make a woman your center. You have your life. You have your passions. You know where you're going, and by God, you're going to go there. Now, if she happens along, comes into your life, you can allow her into your life. You don't go into hers. She comes into your life. If she wants to go along on your path, fine. But it's still your path. You're the man. You decide where you're going. Now, I'll tell you right up front, all of that changes as soon as you have kids. You have a kid now, where you're going and what you're doing is invested in that kid. It's going to happen. But try to temper that a little bit. With men, you need to set boundaries for your kids, and you need to let them know that work is what pays off. everything doesn't have to be given to them. You have to, encourage them to work and to see rewards for their labors. And there are some things that just has to be done just because you live. You need to take care of yourself. But back to the women. The other thing that women look at is, what do you look like? Yeah, they all want the rippling muscles, the six pack, and all that bullshit, because that's the genetic. But there's also other indicators, and it'll change slightly depending on where you're at in the country. But for the most part, in social settings, they want to see somebody that's dressed nicely. You don't have to be overdressed. All right. If you've spent more time in front of a mirror than they have, it doesn't look good. Your shoes should be clean, and they should be, relatively nice shoes. Now, it sounds stupid, for a man. It's what I wear on my damn feet to, so I don't bust my feet up. It's important for women. I don't know fucking why. Look at the number of shoes that they acquire over their lifetimes. Holy fucking shit. And there's some men that, I knew a guy that had, 100 fucking shoes. Me, I've got 3 pair. I got a pair of tennis shoes, a pair of work boots, and a pair of, dress shoes. That's it. Anytime I have more than that, it's during a transition period from where one pair is wearing out, and I buy a set, that I can pick up when I pitch these. I plan ahead. So we've covered the genetics, we've covered the social cues. Now we're going to go into the nature cues. Since women are wanting alphas, what is it that makes an alpha? An alpha is a hunter. If you've ever watched an animal hunt, you'll see an intensity. You'll see a focus that they have. They will have spotted their prey, and they will focus. They will stare at that, and then they will stalk. And it's actually pretty neat to watch. You see the slow movement as they're approaching. And then, boom, they're after it. What does this have to do with anything? I did a little experiment a long time ago, and it worked. And I just did it a little bit ago with my wife. If you see a woman that you're interested in out in a social setting, this will work during the time that they're horny. You make eye contact with them from across a distance, and you do not break eye contact. You kind of lean in just a little bit, and you let them know that you are watching them. You don't break eye contact. If she maintains eye contact, you know that she's interested. Or if she nervously looks away for a second or is distracted by her companions and she immediately comes back, you know she's interested. Okay, now, what do you need to do? you get that intense gaze going. You make sure that you've got her attention. If she gets distracted for a little bit, you move. You're not there anymore. Now what that's done is it's given her this, oh shit, I guess it wasn't meant to be. But you get around to her and you approach her. Now her interest or her excitement level peaks. It's no different than the stalk trip bite scenario. She's been stalked. Okay, depending on where the hell you how you want to frame it. I kind of frame it as though, okay, the stalking was the initial contact. And then when the animal has moved, they've repositioned themselves into an advantageous position. And then you approach her. That's the trip. Only thing left is the bite. And what you're doing is you're taking her on an emotional ride. And it's controlled by the lizard brain. I may be all screwed up, but try it. See what it does for you. I'll tell you what. Understanding who you are, where you're going, and then coming at it from the standpoint of, okay, woman, you want to be in my life? Fine, you can be in my life, but it's my life. You're along for the ride. Don't ever make it about her life. Because as soon as you do that, they lose respect for you. You're not the leader. You're not the alpha. All of a sudden, she's the alpha. And regardless of what they think that they, or regardless of what they say, they don't want to be the alpha. They want to be protected. They want to be provided for. And they need to be reminded every damn day that you're the alpha. That you are the guy that's going to do the protecting. All right? So, that's basically it, guys. Go out, be the best you that you can be. Go out and grab life by the throat with your teeth and rip it out. Have blood dripping down off your chin. Find your passions, whether it be flying, whether it be, business, boat racing, fishing. I'm not a fisherman, but hey, whatever floats your boat, man. There's plenty of things out there that you can be passionate about. And if you can make a living doing what your passion is, holy friggin' crap, are you a lucky man. You're going to be a happier man. And the thing is, you put your energy into those things that make you happy, that give you satisfaction, gives you a sense of accomplishment. Making yourself the better you, the one that people want to be around because you display your passion. Don't let people suck your passion out of you, but just to be around you and in the glow of your passion. All right, now you're in the zone. You get in the zone, there will be women around. You need a few tips, and you can go to the PUA websites and find out all kinds of shit. But you've got to appeal to their lizard brain. But never make them your passion. And when you're with them, they need to know that you are an alpha. They need to know that you're in charge. They need to know that they're along for the ride. Talk to you later.